So now I'm just gonna show a demo of a graphic that I made last night. So hopefully you guys can see the layers that I have. So I have like the text layer, the pumpkin and purple circles layer, and my background, and my smoke layer. So the background, I just yeah, it's pretty straightforward. It's just the hex code. You can find the calendar for the hex codes for her campus, and I just made that color. And then the pumpkin layer you saw, I demoed the live paint that I made for the pumpkin. And then the purple circles, so I played with like transparency. I should also talk about like, you can also like do different blending modes for transparency. As you can see, they all have like different effects. Yeah. But I just used normal, and then I kind of like layered them around. I just use the ellipse tool to draw circles. So just like hold down shift and draw circles. Use some different shades of purple, and then I use the direct select tool to kind of make them like not perfect circles, because I just kind of like that look. As you can see, they're not perfect circles. Yeah, and then so for the smoke, I it's just like white. I just used the pencil tool to draw these like smoky lines, and then it's just like 36% opacity white, and I used a stroke on it. I went to window brushes. In brushes you can find like all sorts of different like special strokes, and then if you go to window stroke you can change the size. So like you got all these like crazy ones. Arrows, artistic, borders, bristle brush, decorative. Whoa, these are like really crazy. Yeah, there's all these crazy strokes you can use. Artistic, calligraphy, and I just use artistic charcoal pencil, and I just used the first one and like made the stroke 1 point. You can play around with these brushes. And then for the text, I just, let me just demo it. I just like used one of the fonts that we use for her campus. I think Joy made like a list of fonts in the graphics folder to download, and it is, this one that I use is Marcasa Display. So I just went to Object Expand. I showed this earlier, and then yeah, Object Expand and then Ungroup. That will make it so that you can manipulate the text individually. Oh, sorry. You can manipulate letters individually. Yeah, so I just rotated like it so that it kind of had that like banner effect. As you can see, I did with this. And then I kind of like dragged them down and made them like outline the pumpkin shape. I manipulated like the sizes of the individual letters. Yeah, and then to make the drip effect, I used the warp tool. So here on your toolbar, you can see there's all these like, there's like warp tool, width tool, twirl tool, pucker tool, bloat tool, scalp tool, crystallize tool, wrinkle tool. So I just use the warp tool, and you can like double click on it to change the width and height of, you can change the size of the like warp brush. And then I just like made these like drips. Yeah. And then yeah. You can also use like, you can play around with these tools. This twirl tool just makes it like that. Oh wow, that's pretty cool actually. Dang. And then you can, this float tool makes it like bigger. And then the pucker tool does the opposite. And then scallop tool, whoa, okay. Yeah, you can play around with these. And then the wrinkle tool does that. You can also change the brush size and everything. I feel like that also makes it kind of look kind of spooky. Yeah, we can play around with these. Yeah. And now I'm just gonna show you guys some graphics that I have made in the past with Illustrator. So this one, these ones I made for an Instagram story, and this one's one of my favorites that I've made, I think. I just use like the light paint tool a lot. As you can see, I use that tool a lot. Like, you definitely don't need to use it. I feel like it's pretty time consuming, or like, I don't know, it might not be what you like. Just do what you like and use what tools you like, and yeah, you can be creative and have your own style and have fun with it. And you can go online for tutorials, like I mentioned, I think, and you can always reach out to me, DM me if you need help. And yeah, you definitely don't need to make it too complicated either. Like, this is a simpler graphic that I made. And you can also like transfer between like Photoshop and Illustrator. I think I made this one with both Photoshop and Illustrator. So like, yeah, if you can't do something in Illustrator, you can transfer into Photoshop, and then do stuff there and then transfer it back, and vice versa. So yeah, it's convenient having like the whole Creative Cloud available to you, and like having all these tools. Yeah. So I think that's it for my video. I'm sorry about the length, but I hope it was helpful. Hopefully someone watches this video, because it took me a long time to make it, and it's pretty comprehensive. It covered a lot of stuff, so like, yeah, please don't hesitate to reach out if you need help. Hopefully there's like some new tools that you can learn from this video. And yeah, just have fun creating, and yeah, thank you for watching. Goodbye.